The ocean. Vast, mysterious, and fascinating. From the earliest points of human civilization up until now, humans have tried to understand the ocean's many wonders and how they connect to our everyday lives. But where does this interest start?
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
As children, we soak up information presented to us via television shows, stories, and movies. Because of its biodiversity, unique landscapes, and beautiful mystique, the ocean is a popular setting for fantastical adventures in children's media. Though they're entertaining, do these depictions stay true to real life? In this video, we will analyze some of the most notable portrayals of marine life in children's TV and movies. Obviously, these are made to entertain, but this is simply for educational purposes. It'd be interesting to see what they got right and what they got wrong. Let's start off with a common childhood favorite, Finding Nemo, the family-friendly story of a clownfish's journey across the ocean to find his son. College marine biology courses often discuss Finding Nemo and its detailed depiction of the ocean and marine life, so this is a great place to start. One favorite aspect of the movie that many marine biology professors love to discuss is the relationship between the clownfish father, Marlin, and his son, Nemo. In the beginning of the movie, Marlin's wife, Coral, and most of their eggs are killed by a barracuda, leaving Marlin alone to raise the sole surviving egg. Though this story is endearing, in real life, it would have a different ending. In clownfish, females are at the top of the hierarchy, and when a female dies, a dominant male will undergo a sex change to take her place in a process known as protandry. Therefore, if it were true to reality, Marlin would undergo a sex change, become a female, and eventually mate with Nemo. Not as family friendly. Another interesting parent-child relationship displayed in Finding Nemo is that of Sea Turtle Crush and his son Squirt.
Give me some fin. Noggin. Dude.
Although their fun-loving, chill nature is adorable to watch, sea turtle families are far less enduring in real life. Female sea turtles lay their eggs on shore, and upon hatching, the small turtles make their way back into the ocean alone and are never reunited with their parents ever again. So despite how fun their relationship was, in real life, Crush and Squirt would probably never meet. So what did they get right? Obviously, Finding Nemo was praised for its beautiful animation, but what most people don't recognize is how accurate it is. Throughout the movie, we see examples of the many unique marine environments, highlighting the ocean's diverse topography and light intensities, from pitch-black trenches and abysses to bright, colorful coral reefs. Also, the animators did a great job in depicting fish locomotion. When creating the characters, they sought to capture the unique types of movement of each fish and the morphology that causes that. Fun fact, the art team for Finding Nemo got trained in marine biology before working on the movie, and that work definitely paid off. Now let's look at SpongeBob SquarePants, a popular kids cartoon. Okay, obviously this show was not meant to educate on marine biology, but did you know that the original creator of SpongeBob was a former marine biologist? There are some aspects that are worth analyzing. So to start off, what went wrong? A major error in SpongeBob actually resides in their depiction of mammals. Pearl is the daughter of Mr. Krabs, and we won't get into that. In every episode, Pearl is completely submerged underwater and seems to survive just fine. However, Pearl is a sperm whale, and sperm whales can only spend about 90 minutes underwater before going up to the surface to breathe. So if Pearl lived completely submerged underwater, she'd probably die. Also, a sperm whale's actual diet includes octopi and squids. So sorry Squidward, but in real life, you'd be Pearl food. One other character we should discuss is Plankton, the miniature evil genius set for world domination. His color suggests that he is perhaps a phytoplankton, a plankton that performs photosynthesis to get energy. Phytoplankton rely on sunlight to perform photosynthesis, so most phytoplankton live in the surface waters. But plankton resides in Bikini Bottom, which seems pretty deep, so that is inaccurate. However, there is one clip where the show plays on this.
Holographic meatloaf? My favorite!
Since holograms are displays of light, plankton is actually eating light. Though that's not photosynthesis, it's a nice touch. So what could this show possibly have gotten right? Well, in comparison to most of the characters on the show, like SpongeBob and Patrick, Squidward seems to be the most intelligent. This makes sense because sea sponges and sea stars don't have brains. However, unlike most invertebrates, cephalopods like squids and octopi have complex nervous systems and brains. Who knew, right?
Everybody's an idiot except for me.
Well, it's true.
Clearly, these shows were not made to be scientifically accurate. They were made to amuse children and catch their attention. Luckily, these shows do that and more. These shows can introduce basic concepts of marine biology and spark interest in the field, inspiring kids to ask questions. What is the ocean really like? How do animals even survive out there? Even after thousands of years of civilization and study, we still don't understand the ocean in its entirety, but this type of media can change that. These portrayals can serve as catalysts to spark an interest in understanding and conserving the underwater world.